The Carnegie Science Center has been garnering national recognition for STEM, its effort to promote education in science, technology, engineering, and math. The skills underpin industries that are critical to our region's future, from manufacturing and healthcare to energy and finance. In particular, the Science Center has developed a pathway that schools can use to pursue STEM excellence by combining STEM education with 21st century learning skills. Ann Metzger is back with us. She's co-director of the Carnegie Science Center, along with Ron Baille, also co-director at the Carnegie Science Center. Welcome back. Good to see you both.
Good to be here.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Yeah, so, you know, one would expect the Science Center, given your educational mission and your interest in science, to be involved in this STEM space. But this is really something you all have been running with full steam ahead. What's this all about?
Well, we have. And when we, you know, this has been part of our mission since the very beginning, to educate young people and to create a scientifically literate community. But in the past number of years, with the development of our Chevron STEM Center, we've become even more involved with schools. And it was very interesting because as soon as we announced that we had a STEM Center, we started to get calls from schools who said, can you certify us somehow in STEM? Can you provide us some sort of stamp of approval? And we really weren't prepared to do that. We really hadn't thought about doing that. And then we had a discussion among ourselves and thought, well, there isn't really any single stamp of approval. It's more of a process of a continuous improvement. It's more of a pathway. And that's when we developed what we now call the Carnegie STEM Excellence Pathway that's being used by schools actually nationwide.
Is it really? Is that cool? I think we have a graphic that actually shows sort of how this pathway lays out. And I think there it is. Ron, if you can kind of walk us through what we see there on the screen.
Yeah, I think, you know, what we learned early on was there were no standards across the country. As often as we use the term STEM, it comes out of the White House. Federal grant opportunities talk about STEM, but we didn't have a common understanding of what that was. So for schools, where were the benchmarks? Where were the standards? What is it that we're trying to achieve?
So I love it. What is STEM? You got it with a question mark. Let's just answer that question right out of the gate, right?
And that was the beginning. Can we define STEM in a way that we sort of all agree? And we did. And it's about classroom teaching in the best ways that we know. It's about integrated learning. We know that when we teach math with science and even with language arts, we are more effective at teaching and learning is improved. Project-based learning, let's take those things that we've learned and let's apply them to real-world problems. And then let's lay a career awareness component over that. Where is this actually being used out in the real world? So that's the way we've defined STEM, and that's the beginning of the process, is coming to a common mind about what it is we mean.
But it's more than just the math and the science and the technical part, too. There's some other behaviors that are part of doing this right as well, at least looking at your chart. Right?
Well, we're always looking for 21st century skills. So once you understand a concept, can you communicate it? Can you work as part of a team? These are the things that employers are ultimately looking for in that next generation workforce, in addition to the content skills. So that all features into what the pathway includes.
So if a school is looking for how can they strengthen their work in STEM education, what this process allows them to do is to assess, first of all, where are they now? It's a self-assessment rubric, a 59-page document created by local educators that we worked with to create this tool. So where are we today? And then to set short-term goals. And then over the course of the next year, try to achieve those goals and then measure your impact and come back and look at this as a company would in terms of a process of continuing improvement.
Just keep going at it. So how many schools around here are working on this? And then you say it's gone national?
Right. We have 47 districts in western Pennsylvania, and we have more than 129 districts across the country in 9 states and the District of Columbia. We're really just in the early stages, in a pilot phase of the program, but as we've talked nationally in very informal circles about this, we've really seen interest, we've really seen it take hold. Our staff has done presentations in Missouri, Kansas City, Washington, D.C., and elsewhere to talk about the pathway, and many schools are participating and signing on.
As our educators worked on that to put it together, one of the things that was really important to them was that this would be a process that whether you were a well-resourced district or an under-resourced school district, you could still do this. That STEM education can improve for everyone. So this is not about investing a lot of new money. If you have funds to invest, that's a wonderful thing. But if not, this is about doing school differently, though. It's about how your teachers plan together. It's about curriculum. It's about how you schedule, how you provide project-based learning opportunities to students that you may not have today. So everybody has an opportunity to do this if they want. So it's very much a grassroots effort. This is not the government coming in to say, here's another demand on schools without providing funds for it, which is too often the story. No, this is very much grassroots, and if a school is interested in strengthening their STEM work, this is a process that'll help.
Only a little bit of time left, but I wonder, do you have evidence that it works? Does it help? Do the schools get better? Do the kids learn the STEM skills more effectively?
Well, as I said, we're just in the early stages, so we don't really have any evaluative data yet because we haven't really gotten underway. We've only piloted the program.
So this has been taken off across the country just as you're just kind of getting it going?
In less than a year.
That's true, in less than a year. So it's really taken off in a big way. So we're just now putting into place the actual implementation phase in an organized way. We've been trying to respond to demands from schools who've wanted to hear about this project.
That is so cool. Well, congratulations. Love to see it starting out. We'll have you back here in a year or so and you can tell us how it really works. And
Sounds good.
We're happy to do
Ron
that.
Baille from the Science Center.
Thank you.
Both so
Thanks,
much.
Bill.
Appreciate it. Yeah. And we'll be back in a minute with a little dollars and cents. Stay with us.